It was one of the most exciting things, to be honest, because I get to tell my friends that I'm gonna be a Power Ranger, but then they poked that bubble real fast and said, "Don't f this up." It was no congratulations, like, "Oh crap, this is gonna be." I wish they would have continued with the role because we had a really good role coming.
With future Power Ranger movies.
Yeah,
What was the idea of it? I read online there were supposed to be 6 films?
yeah. And then Tommy was supposed to come in the second one. You on screen with Thomas Mann and Olivia Cook, and then you have Connie Britton just there. Then you have Nick Offerman.
John Berthal was in it too, right?
Yes, this is scary.
What's up, guys? My name is Joe. Welcome to the podcast. Today's interview is brought to you by FanDuel. Yeah, I really want to know, did you get to keep the Power Ranger suit?
No,
You didn't?
it sucks.
How come? It's fitted to you.
Yeah, it is. But Saban has all of the film suits at Saban Studios, like behind glass and on these mannequins. And then fans bought the second and thirds that they made on set. So the stunt costumes, and then there were like other sample costumes that were made, but we never tried those on. But all of the film ones they kept and put them in because they were so expensive.
I saw a making of it. It's
Yeah.
intense.
As hell. I was like, can I do anything really? But stretching those, like you feel so good looking at yourself in them, but the pain that you go through being in them is like, okay, take this shit off me, please.
Oh.
Oh man, it kills the shoulders. Oh, it kills
What's the flexibility like? Are you able to twist and actually move?
So a lot of the costume entails or involves rubber, right? And so you had to stretch and wear out the rubber so it could fit comfortably. So our first like 2 weeks shooting in the suits, that was torture. We had to sit down in chairs, but we almost couldn't move. So costume or somebody would have to help us get up. And it took an hour and a half to put them on, and then it took an hour to take them off.
How do you take it off? Is it a zipper in the back?
No, there's pieces. So that's 5 layers that y'all see us in. That's like 5 separate layers of things. And you have to take them off one by one.
That's like your hair and makeup right there in that section.
I prefer hair and makeup. Because the patience, because you can't sit down, you got to stand up the whole time. And even when it's time to put your helmet on, you still have to stand up because they have to wire them. And then they have to put our earwigs in so we can hear. And Ludi had an earwig malfunction, and the helmet takes a lot to come off. So he couldn't just take it off. There's a helmet, a rubber hood. There's another, it's like 3 cloth hoods that have to go under that so the sweat keeps but then there's a fan that's on the inside of the helmet also.
And that's not being recorded when they're doing audio?
No. So
it's silent?
Yeah, which is crazy because you would think you would hear the hum, but the fan was kind of like behind a little like mesh. So the mesh kind of kept it from rumbling and or vibrating. And it was so small, that it wasn't, something too big. But the sound department would catch our boom mic, right? So the mic wouldn't be close to our mouths. But our earwig was in our ear so we could hear like action and different things. Like if Dean needed us to do another take, he couldn't, if the earwig wasn't working, we couldn't hear nothing, man.
Do you think you could fit in that suit today?
No, I barely could fit in it when we started filming.
Because it needs to be skin tight?
Oh, man. No, well, so when they made the suits, they took our measurements first, right? We did these whole like 3D body castings and things like that. Then they made the suit. And then by the time that we got to wear the suits, we had all either grown because we hitting growth spurts and or we just, having fun at craft services. And so my suit, there's a bathroom like portal, if you will, on the suit, right? And mine started in the right place, but when we started filming, it was at my belly button, dude. So like you can't remake the suit, it takes too long. So I just had to struggle through that. So if RJ had to pee, man, it was like RJ needs to go in 10-1, guys. Oh, all right.
So there was a pee system in the suit?
No. It's like a slit for the boys, and then the girls. I don't know what they had. You feel me? But my pee hole was at my belly button by the time we got to film because I hit a growth spurt, and I was like, dang. Why now, bro? You couldn't let me grow in like high school when it mattered. You know, you had to make it happen when my nether region is in the worst condition, you know, the chafing. Oh man. Whoo.
What's it like for you to step into a role like that with such powerful IP? Like Power Rangers is iconic.
Yeah, big time, big time. First it was one of the most exciting things, to be honest, because I get to tell my friends that I'm gonna be a Power Ranger, but then they poked that bubble real fast and said, "Don't f this up." It was no congratulations, like, "Oh crap, this is gonna be." It's like, "Hey, look, do not f this up," and I'm like, "Okay, that's reasonable. It's reasonable. I get it," and we didn't. You know, but it definitely was exciting, nerve-wracking, especially the release. Like every part of the release was just, oh my gosh, how are they gonna like the suits? How are they gonna like the Rangers switch up? Because now that Billy is a chocolatey fellow and Zach is now Louis Lynn. Please do not beat us up. We're just sticking to the Ranger. That's the theme of it. Anybody can be any Ranger. You feel me? And so you had those like jittery moments, and then as the Ranger Nation started to like it and let us know that they like it, and then it's like, okay, all right, we're cool. I think the coolest part was it's like 3 people that I got to meet on the con tour, right? That had the Rangers tattooed on them. Like we were their favorite movie. So they got me, Becky, Ludi, Dacre, and Naomi tattooed in the 5 row. Those are some of the coolest tattoos.
That's sick.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Real quick, today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The wild card round is here, and FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the wild card round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Pick the matchups you believe in. Take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Thanks to FanDuel for sponsoring the podcast, and now back to the interview. What's it like for you when you're on set? Because I imagine a lot of it is green screen. Do you have an idea of what's going on, or are you kind of just reacting and shouting your lines?
So there's pieces of the ship that they actually created, right? So we shot on these crazy big sound stages in Vancouver, right? And so everything that looks grand, it is grand and it's there, right? The only thing that's green screen is like the Zordon head. That's a green screen because they had to move cameras in and out and such. So that was just imagination and us playing as children, and Dean being a great director to say, hey, he's here, or his eyes are here and his mouth is here. You feel me? That's more of the complicated space because you have to shoot so intricately. And we were shooting on 4 different cameras at one time for most of the scenes. So everything that's shot in regular is also shot in Phantom for our movie. So you can watch the whole movie in slow motion. Because Dean is definitely, he's crazy. To be able to shoot that, it takes precision, you know. So our DP and our director definitely had to be like on the same page of understanding what we were going for. And so in most parts of like the stairs where we kind of seen the morphing happen of the ship, most of that was just built, and they had just changed the pieces out.
Was there anything surprising for you as an actor to be working with green screen, like giant set designs like that?
Oh, just I think that was the pretty part of recognizing what it was that I do for a living. Like that gave me such a dreamful feel. I used to really love going to set on Power Rangers because it was so big, you know, and it's like these are the things that kids that want to be actors or want to be creatives, this is what they look forward to.
This is the movie they look forward to.
Yeah. And to be given that is such a blessing, you feel me? And I think to do it with the group that I got to do it with was even that much better, you know, because we had a bunch of like people who really, really wanted to make a great movie rather than it being like, okay, some that just want to make money and then some that everybody wanted to make this Power Rangers movie good,
right?
You know, and so that was dope.
What's the audition process like for that?
So they gave all of us the kind of like the same sides. Like nobody knew what Ranger they were playing until Dean called us and was like, okay, I want you to be such. I want you to be such. But we all read the same lines for the boys and then the same ones for the girls.
Did you go in and see the other actors who you were up against?
No. So we didn't even meet until the table read. Like we were all in different parts of the world. When I got the Power Rangers audition, I was in Abu Dhabi shooting War Machine with Brad Pitt. Baker was in Australia shooting a student film, I think. Naomi was way in London. Becky was here on tour in California, I think. I think Becky was on tour at the time. And then Ludi was in Vancouver with his mom. Like, we were all in different parts of the world. And so all of my auditions were on Zoom. And then I'm not too sure of everyone else's, but we met together. That was the day when I seen Dacre wear double denim, and it made sense. It didn't look too hot. It didn't look like he was doing too much. All of the colors they weren't like the same denim, but they were perfectly just one shade darker. It was great. Dacre Montgomery, man.
And does it come in like a regular audition, or are you aware this is Power Rangers? This is going to be a massive movie.
Yeah. Well, at the time, I to be honest, I really didn't know if it was going to be what it was because I hadn't seen any of the artwork. So I thought it was going to be like the 1994, you feel me, like Crunchy.
Putties.
Yeah. Or like the TV show now. So I'm like, probably not, you know? Like, maybe not. I think I'll be good. And so then my team called me back and was like, RJ, trust me, it's a difference. And the director wants to show you the concept because he understands probably why you're saying no. And I was like, all right, bet, copy that.
When you said no to the audition?
Yeah.
You almost turned the audition down.
Yeah, I was like, how am I'm sorry, y'all, but are they trying to make the show like the move? Oh, I mean, we don't have an Eye of News, so I don't. Okay. And so then when they told, they went back to production. It was like RJ's he's gonna pass, and then Dean was like, tell him that he just needs to see the artwork, and then tell me if he passes or not. I was like, all right, bet, send me the artwork. And then I was like, oh, okay, they're actually going to have fun with this one. And so then I was like, okay, cool, this is good. And then he just kind of explained where he wanted to take this rendition of Power Rangers, right? The true self-development of the people, of the characters, right? To where you can actually attach to them. You get to know the people, like the coming of age movie. And then the rest were rolled out, you know. I wish they would have continued with the role because we had a really good role coming.
With future Power Ranger movies.
Yeah.
What was the idea of it? I read online there were supposed to be 6 films?
Yeah. And then Tommy was supposed to come in the second one.
And he was going to be the Green Ranger.
Yeah. But it was such it was definitely a Power Rangers world. Like, you know how the Avengers have their world?
Yeah, the cinematic universe of Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were going for.
So there were concepts of it and like groundwork for what was going to happen.
Yeah. And Dean would have been like the next James Gunn, because he's really I feel like he's the only other director that gets the universe, you know, and kind of how to speak it. Even being directed by Dean, he gives the energy. You know, it's like when he is watching you, he's with you, he's acting with you, so he can, you know, give you the energy. And you'll feel it from behind you and be like, okay, I'm not going hard enough. I need to, can I get one more? That type of like cinema was going to really, really flip the Ranger Nation. Like, they were going to get everything that they asked for. It's crazy.
How come it didn't happen? Because the movie was successful.
I don't even know, because I'm not in like the production side. I wish I was. So then I could, you know, kind of pinpoint and or change these things. But I know for sure all of us, we really did get busy afterward. You know, Nene is right now on tour with her music. Of course, Dacre is Mr. Stranger Things. You feel me? Mr. Heartthrob. And then Ludi, come on. I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, me too.
Oh, man.
That first one was really great.
It was so good.
And that was a home release, right? Because that was COVID.
Yeah.
But now we're going into theaters.
Oh, man. I'm so excited about that.
Who'd you always pick as a kid?
I was always a Scorpion type of fella and or Noob Smoke, just because, you know, I like to switch up.
I like Cyrex. I like Scorpion. I like Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I only like Scorpion because his controllers are really easy, and
Mhm.
the double katanas make me feel like I'm doing something.
Right.
You know, that was about it. But
Being on the inside of Hollywood, have you
yeah,
seen any screenplay from it?
no, I haven't.
I assume it's gonna crush
Oh man.
because this is supposed to be a trilogy, correct?
Yeah, yeah. And then the new Street Fighter movie with Noah playing. Right. Oh man,
That one looks insane too. So many WWE people.
bro. But it makes sense. It makes sense. I was a little scared of 50 Cent playing what's his name? Because I just didn't know how 50 was gonna pull it off. But then I seen the teaser commercial with all of the different characters, and I was like, okay,
This is gonna be good.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I will buy it, Curtis Jacks. I will buy it.
If you could only be in Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2, what would it be?
Oh,
This is tough.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really tough.
This is the toughest question of the podcast.
It really is. Because now I'm thinking of like, who would I be trained by? Who would be my dynasty in these areas? Would I be good or bad? Who do I feel like I would end up with beef with, and do I have to deal with that?
I'll throw it out there. I want to see you in the Mortal Kombat universe.
Yeah, because I know that Jax has a daughter, right? But if he had like a son or some shit that we didn't know about with hands just as lethal, but he's still human because he didn't F with the wrong one. And I got pretty nice arms. It'll work. It'll work really nice. I'm not going to lie. Because I couldn't think of a character that I would be in Street Fighter. I just think it'll be cool to have a scene fight in Law. That's it.
Yeah.
I just feel like that'd be a really cool thing. I pick him every time I play Street Fighter, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Law is my like #1 go-to.
For Power Rangers, did they ever say who would be the Green Ranger?
No,
Did they have ideas or?
that was something we didn't know.
Oh.
Like even the Tommy Oliver part at the end of the movie was like, oh, but we didn't see a ponytail or a dude or a girl. We just seen the jacket. You feel me?
Right.
So that alone was just genius because it gave like freedom into the space, right? To them where you could pick that ranger, you're gonna trip out and bug out over the next year and a half to where now we're cooking, and then you'll get. It was so perfectly set up.
Do you sign a contract for all 6 films in the beginning?
No.
It's not like that.
Nah. I wish it was like that, because then we would be shooting one of them right now.
Right. So you sign on for just that first one, and then
Yeah. I mean, with franchises, it's mostly like they will. If it's a franchise that's kind of starting in a new wave of what it's doing, which is, the Ranger Nation, then it's like you'll sign on for one with the possibility of others being made, right? But that's nothing that's solid. You feel me? Because they still want you to have freedom to work,
Right.
right? But just as long as it doesn't clash to where you can't complete the projects that you commit to. So it's usually not until after the second film. You know what I'm saying? Or when you guys start shooting the second film, then that might be in the second film contract for a third, fourth, or fifth, and so on. But man, that would have been crazy,
That would have been sick.
dude.
What is the biggest difference from a big budget film like Power Rangers compared to an indie project like Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl?
I know everyone's name on Me and Earl. Like, that's the thing. When you come to work, you'll actually know everybody's name. So it's like shooting a movie with a family, Like, it was so cool. The first time I got thrown off of a jet ski was in Pittsburgh, shooting Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
Really?
Yeah. So much fun. I didn't get hurt or nothing like that, so we was able to keep it under wraps and shit, and ain't nobody get, like, in trouble.
That was a scene in the film, right?
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
That was just some fun on the weekend with the boys.
Oh, shit.
And it was cool because I do like sports and aquatic things, stunt work. Like I'm always that person, so it's very unlikely for me to get hurt. You feel me? Knock on wood. But the only difference is that you just feel more of an intimate connection with the people that you work with.
Right.
But not to say that doesn't exist on Hollywood sets that are, way bigger.
There's just
But
so many people.
Yeah. It's like the continuation is constant. So you might not remember everybody's name, but you know who has good energy or whatnot. Hey, you had a birthday? Like, oh yeah, happy birthday. You feel me? Like, it's still the same, just on a smaller, more intimate scale.
Earl was such a special character because that was one of the first films that I watched where I felt so connected to him.
Yeah,
And that was my first time coming across you as an actor.
yeah.
What was the process like for you to figure out where he was? Because I almost felt like it was partially you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know. I had no idea. I feel like I have to give all the credit for Earl straight to God because I don't have any idea. I was just doing RJ, and taking direction. That was the. I didn't have to really act for Earl, and even in some of the emotional parts, right? That was just me kind of accidentally getting there. There was a lot of stuff I was going through in just life in general. And so me and Earl gave me so many ways of like releasing shit. And like some of the most intimate parts of Earl come from RJ because they were real parts of RJ. So it's like, this character feels so real. I'm like, it is? I'm so sorry because some of those areas weren't even supposed to be filmed, you know. But shout out to Alfonso, who was my first director. He'll always be my gangster. That's always gonna be my boy, man. Anytime he called me, I got him. He's the perfect director that I could have started with. He gave me all of the info, all of the know-how, all of the structure, the support, what I'm saying, emotionally, professionally, you feel me, that I needed to be a newbie in the ring with really seasoned and great actors, right? Because you're on screen with Thomas Mann and Olivia Cook, and then you have Connie Britton just there, just doing her thing. Then you have Nick Offerman, and then what?
John Bernthal was in it too, right?
Yes, this is scary, right?
And this is your first big film?
This is my first project ever. I hadn't done anything. I was a high school student that had graduated, and I was a DJ at the time.
Did you audition for the role?
Yeah. I sent in a self-tape, and my papa, so we were living kind of roughly, and my dad, he was like, "Hey man, you believe in this one?" I was like, "Yeah, big dog, I got you." And like that was the conversation that I felt like really did give me the sauce, because my papa, he just genuinely asked me like, all right, cool, I got you. What you need?
Were you a theater kid?
No. I took theater class in high school and I failed every time. Not like a D or like a a F. They almost went to G for Get Out. It was really one of those like, how did you end up as an actor, RJ? I have no idea.
When you see this DVD, what memories does it bring back to you for this?
My brother graduated from a military boot camp at the same time that I booked this movie. Like the same day I got the call, we were celebrating and going to get him from his base. Same day. And I remember that, and definitely remember crying, having that little moment. And that became like the brightest day of my life, man. Like, cause everything that kind of led up to that moment just kind of paid off. Like RJ, the disciplines you had, the conscious faith that you had, and then the reckless faith that you had, all of this is paying off. And not to say that now it's all gonna be perfect or whatnot, but it makes sense for what you're doing. That, because us being entertainers, right, we seen as radical because we don't have a structure of things that keep us safe or whatnot. We just going for what we love. And so it would really suck to try to go for that and it not work out.
Right.
My parents did a lot to make sure I could, pursue this. And so for me to F it up would really, really suck. So having that first one, man, it just gave me the battery in my back. And then having it with people like I got to work with, oh yeah, I'm locked into Hollywood forever, man.
With those first days on set, what are you taking in? What is blowing you away?
Craft services. I'm not gonna lie, I was very surprised. I was very
Great
surprised.
sandwiches.
Oh man, but they had everything. That, and then the camera rigs used to really intrigue me a lot because I was always interested in how they make life look so enhanced and beautiful, or how does black and white film still catch? Like I used to always wonder about that. Like what puts a picture inside of a film card but then puts it in front of a light to then project in color here. But on the film, I'm scared now. But that's why I used to always just be kind of out of place and looking deep in the camera. I want to shoot a shot and be like, can I pull focus on this? Or what does these numbers mean? I don't know what those mean. Okay, so I'm on the left. What does the left
RJ, you're
camera...
in the scene. You can't pull focus.
Yeah. Literally, I'm in there. I'll just put my hands down. And what are you shooting? Oh, you're shooting all of me. Okay, never mind. I was just like, I was the cutest little kid, bro, because it was like walking into Disney World for the first time for a kid that dreams about going to Disney for the first time. You know, set is my Disney World. I never get bored, man. Like, that's why 18-hour shoot days, that's easy for me. I look forward to that. You know, I'm like a worker bee. You'll never hear me complain about the work that comes with this job. You know, it's just too much fun to me.
When it gets put into Sundance and you guys end up winning, what does that do for the whole morale of the film?
It definitely crunk it up by 10. That was the first time I was at Sundance, right? First time I was in snow. First time I ever been able to take my family somewhere that they've never been.
How cool.
Yo, it was so cool. I'm like, y'all actually don't got to worry about anything because it's all taken care of. I just need you to come with me. You know, and to just have my family be able to reap the benefits of parents watching their kid do what he loves to do and like it kind of paying off. You know, I definitely, Utah is pretty as hell also. That's why this being the last year that it's in Utah really hurts.
Where is it going?
I don't even know. Where do you take Sundance if it's not in Utah?
Oh, that's so interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I just found out last week.
Were you in the crowd when it got the standing ovation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I cried. I cried on stage too. Both times. Cried a lot. There's a lot of emotionality.
Earl was such a good character.
Yeah.
I wanted to be his friend.
Yeah. And I didn't even mean to make him like that. That's why I say I can't take credit. I have no idea. Because I'm not skillfully trained enough to do that acting wise, right? And then RJ wise, I think too much to make that character possible. So I can't even take credit for it.
If anyone hasn't seen it, I highly recommend it. I found that just stumbling through. I would go to IMDb and see the similar films too, and I would just power through all of them. And I stumbled upon that one, and I found it on my own, and it had such a special meaning to me.
Yeah.
So when this podcast was an opportunity, I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's so good. When Nick hit me, he was like, you want to do a podcast? So I started looking through your page. I was like, holy crap. He has great energy first, but also everyone is on here.
I try to.
Yeah. It's really good.
Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl is a book adaptation.
Yeah.
Did you read the book?
I read the book while we were shooting the movie. I had never read the book before.
Do you try and keep the character to who Earl is in the book as your interpretation?
No. So Earl is a little Asian kid, actually.
So you couldn't be him?
Yeah. Even with the character breakdown, the aesthetic of Earl was like either the kind of chunky Asian or short Asian kid, or he was like an American, like he was something that wasn't RJ, right? And when my agent sent it to me, I was like, well, none of this says me. He was like, and that's why we're going to do it.
Wow. Is there someone on set trying to make sure that the book's energy is still portrayed through the film?
Well, Jesse Andrews, who wrote it, shout out to Jesse, baby. Him and Alfonso really worked tandem. And luckily, Alfonso wasn't a director that he couldn't trust with what he was, doing. Mm-hmm. So it didn't really take too much to kind of stick to the story. And having Jesse there kind of did give us freedom to where we didn't feel like we were going outside the guidelines of the book too much. And then the friendship part of it, that's kind of just natural. Like, that's literally how me, Thomas, and Olivia are.
And those first few days of filming, you guys were just running around doing those home movies.
Yeah.
What a great way to start filming.
Yo, it was, because it's like no pressure. Just do the fun stuff, You guys don't have to cry today. Okay, cool. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm very nervous about that part.
Yeah, when you get a deep scene like that, how do you approach it?
So at the time, I had no idea how to. So I was I was thinking of things that kind of I pushed down or whatnot, and subdued with either happiness or coping. Like I would skate to not think about stuff because I wasn't even like drinking or I wasn't of age at the time we were shooting this movie. So it was just sober face RJ. So at the time there was this big ass train that sat right by the house that we were shooting at in Pittsburgh. So I was just taking rocks and throwing them at the train because that's the only thing that could bring some type of anger or energy in that way. First, I'm too much of a happy kid, you know, and then secondly, just like suppressing shit. So I really didn't know how to be emotional when I'm not actually emotional, you know. So it was like the rocks worked, but that took so long. It took like 2 hours for me to get there. I skipped lunch and everything to try to lock into this emotional scene that I needed to be prepared for.
Yeah, that's such a deep film for you to step in on your first one.
Yeah. It's like, RJ, you have to dig deep. We don't know how you're gonna do it, but do it. You know, this is what they're paying you for, Papa.
Did you have any scenes with Nick Offerman?
Yeah. And Nick is a cool person. At the time, he had just released a book called Row Your Own Canoe. And I started reading that book in Pittsburgh as we were going through the filming process. And that's what kind of gave me a better understanding of Nick. Because at first I just thought he was a great actor, right? But then I'm like, nah, this is a great dude. You know, Nick is like a legend. You can sit and pick his brain for a hard, like, 6 hours and it'll still be more and more information coming out.
So cool.
Yeah.
There's a $12 million bidding war for the film after Sundance, and it wins.
Yeah.
Does that give a promise for you as an actor? Do you feel like this is great, this is a stepping stone to the next project?
Yeah, I feel like it was a stepping stone to, I wouldn't say the next project. Luckily, I was with a team, right, that gave me the reality of the industry first before they gave me all of the dreamy possibilities. They were like, look, consistency is something that everyone fights for in this industry, but nobody has, okay? This is an industry of waves. You have to be consistent to being in the industry, not just consistent when it's on the up, you know? So whether I didn't book anything after that or not, like I was satisfied with, okay, I booked this one. Now, whatever in between time, you know, we just gonna do other stuff. Like I'm still a DJ. I'm still doing, you know, training classes health-wise and stuff like that. So something would fit, but it definitely gave me the antsiness to be like, I can't wait to be back on another set. Like it gave me the antsiness rather than the entitlement to book another one because this one was great, right? Like, yeah, now y'all see what I can do. You know, it's more just like, now that y'all see what I can do, let me do some more.
What are you enjoying from the fruits of the labor of that film being successful?
Well, for one, the love that I got from my hometown, shout out to Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County. The love that I got from my hometown for sure. They went and seen the movie the first day that it dropped, like they killed the theaters, man. And it was crazy.
So cool.
Yo, it was crazy because the support from Jacksonville definitely, and it always keeps a battery in my back. Like if the world gave up on me, I know my city will be okay with me, you know. So that's perfectly fine. I can get canceled so-called tomorrow, and Jacksonville's still gonna be all right with me. So shout out to the city. But it was such a triumphant moment, man. Outside of RJ though. You know, because I really wanted to show the great parts that come from my town and my family. So I know as I walk, you know, people just see Duval County and they see the Kylers, you know. Even from my eyeballs, those my mom's. And they're like, you have such wonderful eyes. I'm like, yeah, my mama gave them to me. They close a little bit when we smile, but, you know.
You have a new film out now, Night Patrol.
Oh, yeah. Night Patrol in theaters right now. Wazzy is my name, and Killing Vampires is my game.
When it twists into the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is good.
Oh yeah.
This is real. What is your reaction when you see it for the first time?
Holy crap! You have a body in this movie. I think watching me take myself seriously in an essence that's comical, right? So usually the stuff that I'm in, the comedy plays as comedy. But in this one, it was like Wazzy is fearful. He has all of these different emotions that he's going through. He's like in the transition from 19 to 20, that 10-year mark of like, okay, WTF am I doing? I'm tired of this, but my mom wants me to do that. Who is that? Where do these monsters come from? Okay, I need a Vicodin or something to slow me down. That was like, it's pretty cool. And also I get to show a different part of RJ that I guess my fans haven't seen but been wanting to see. Like they kind of been wanting to see me grow up a little bit in film. I still don't have the facial hair of an adult, but I'm an adult. And so I think I give them and deliver a lot of that this time to the character, but also to the situations he ends up in this movie. They are a little wild.
What's it like working on a darker, grimmer film like that?
I actually found so much joy in it. I like shooting horror movies a lot. So the first horror that I did was Scream Season 3, Scream Resurrection. And that kind of gave me insight into how cool it is to make horror movies. Like I'm definitely wanting to do more horror. Oh man! But I also like to watch a good horror movie.
You see 28 Years Later?
I did.
What'd you think?
It was pretty good. The first one was good, and the second one was good.
You watched the new one that just came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. There's a knockoff version of it on. I think I seen it on Peacock. Yeah, and it really sucks. Really sucks. But the concept was still cool because it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's what kept it like, that's why I watched it all the way through. Because it's not really good, but they actually did their thing with making me laugh the whole fucking time.
I hope they make the trilogy because the second one ended on such a cliffhanger now.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Like so much is possible to happen going forward.
Yeah. But I hope that they take that and run with it to the edges of the earth.
Yes.
Man, because the cliffhanger like they left in that one is just like the one in Night Patrol. Because it's like, what happened? Wait, tell us more. No, I need to know more. Is there more? People sit after Night Patrol and look for the credits to end to where then you can see what happens next, and we don't get it to them. Yeah, it's so crazy.
There's such a cool thing with filmmaking that when you build up the characters, you just have that audience like by the you could do anything to them.
What you want me to do? I'll cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now with 28 Years Later, Samson is immune to the bite.
Yeah.
Because he gets attacked on the train. Spoilers.
Yeah.
He gets
spoilers now, y'all get him.
He gets attacked on the train, but he doesn't turn back into a zombie. So that just opens up so much. So is somebody going to take his blood and transform them back to could the world end? I'm
thinking is like exactly, is he gonna be like the new Adam and then there's an Eve somewhere? You feel me? Like who's the female that is immune now? You know what I'm saying? And do they create like
a new species?
Exactly. Or like is there how does that turn into, how do you repopulate?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with the like The Last of Us, right? Taking the little girl's life and using her blood as the cure, that was the answer. You feel me? And Joel wasn't having that shit. So then when they killed Joel, they kind of killed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I died a little bit in that episode. And the way they killed my mans, I was like, But in this one, I'm like, same possibility, but we kind of already are on the other side.
Right.
You feel me? Like, how do you answer that? In which ways do you answer it that won't stop the train? And also won't be too cliche. Because it's like there's still problems that they deal with now with the world as it is, 28 days later. So it's like, what can you not do? Really?
Right. Can you watch a film and turn off your brain? Or do you have an actor's brain where you're, the camera's there, the lighting's there, he needed to hit that a little differently?
Oh, no, I turn it off. I turn it all the way off. I turn it off sometimes. Most of the times in my films, I fall asleep.
And where you're in it?
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea. I feel like it's a fear thing. Like if I'm up and I see some shit that's like actually bad acting, RJ, you asleep, so you really didn't see it. So you can't really say that it was bad. So whatever they say about you, it's not really true because you didn't witness it, you know. But
Do you ever watch your own films back and wish that you played it a little differently?
I do have moments that are like that, but it's not that I wish I played it differently. It's probably that I wish I gave it a little more, or I could have dialed that back less. Oh no, that's not the truth. I did a movie called Freedom's Path, and there's a scene where me and the lead Garen, we are kind of arguing back and forth, and I felt like I recognized a power possibility, right? That I kind of missed because the character was enraged, right? But to use a different type of silent rage would have really stung that moment, you know? And I didn't recognize that until after I had watched, I think it was The Punisher. I rewatched it. Well, I rewatched The Punisher a lot. Shout out to John. It's really a great show. I watched one of his scenes where he was, it's one of the times that he got stabbed. Not really uncommon, but his emotionality came to a point of it's almost like he was saying everything through his eyes, right? Like this shit hurts through my eyes, right? And they were so like bloody red, and there was a lot of, of course, damage and makeup, but his eyes spoke everything, and then it gave me chills, bro. And so I'm recognizing the scene between me and Garen, like, that's the type of stoic anger that I need to learn how to really, tap into, rather than the boisterous way of kind of emoting that. How do I make it more like,
Right.
and John know how to do that. John does this thing where he make his Adam's apple bounce up and down. Who else does that? Dude from Supernatural, Sam, does that too. It's like, what are you holding back right now, man? Just let it out, bro. Let it out.
When you get an emotion like that, are you able to give it different layers with each take?
I am now. I used to only be one energy of it because I used to only personally know how to emote one way. Right. But then like reading more books and kind of studying a little bit more on people, right? It's like, okay. Oh, okay. Well, these are true things. Holy crap, RJ. How do you cry? You don't cry like that. So why do that on film? That's literally it. Reading more books has been like a little mirror. So it's like that helps me more with my acting rather than going to like classes or whatnot. Not to say that classes aren't good, but reading books kind of shows me what to take to class to fine tune for the film.
Do you ever read the book and then watch the film adaptation to see how the actors portrayed the character?
Yeah. I do that, especially more with like comics and like, superhero things, to kind of be like, come on, man, I like the way you did that. But when it comes to books, I do like to give authors and then writers and directors the freedom to kind of create from their perspective without judgment, right? Because two different people are creating it. So the writer was writing from a book standpoint of, okay, I'm writing a book, I'm about to be a bestseller. So then this bestseller got, an adaptation into a movie. An adaptation don't got to be the perfect copy of it. Like,
Right.
It's just like, okay, we can respect that in the movie, there are green trees outside. In the book, they're, orange, but this isn't the Lorax, so we have to have green trees.
Right.
But I still try to make sure, like, if you're writing if you gonna make a Harry Potter movie and Wingardium Leviosa isn't in it, then it's like, okay, now we're just being stupid.
Right. There's just certain rules and boundaries to the universe that need to be applied.
Exactly.
Do you have a favorite comic book movie or superhero?
I wish they would make gargoyles. My favorite is gargoyles.
Did you see that they're making Street Sharks?
No, I did not.
I saw that they're doing a film adaptation of Street Sharks.
We get that before we get gargoyles?
Gargoyles, I'm surprised hasn't happened yet.
Man, we got Underworld. You feel me? And if you have Underworld as a franchise where we have 5 movies or 4, you can have gargoyles. And that's simple. Those actors that voice those are still alive.
It'll happen.
Yeah. We'll make it happen, actually.
We'll do a GoFundMe right now.
Yeah. Luckily, we can do most of this by AI now. So they gave us the licensing for it last year.
Vice principals.
Oh, yeah.
What was working with Danny McBride like?
Man, that's like working with, the cool school teacher that let you fall asleep if
That's
you want to. That's him. It's like, all right, cool. There was a time where Danny came into the set, right? And he just picked up a vase and just crashed it on the floor. That was it.
Off camera.
No.
Oh, on camera.
Yeah. There was no reason. He just did it.
That was the character.
Because we were all like kind of like energy out, we were tired and I feel like he was reading it, like he could see that. So he just did some drastic shit. And it worked. We was lit after that, But no, that was one of the funnest sets because I got to play a kid as a kid. You feel me? So I didn't really have to stretch too far, and they were wanting me to do the delinquent kid shit that I would get in trouble for. So this is totally fine for me. Okay, I get to get it out my system. My little brother DJ, shout out to DJ, that's who played with me. He played my little brother. We just had the funnest time. As the adults are working, the kids are chilling.
Did you have any scenes with Walton Goggins?
Yeah. Walt is the funniest person, but also just really, really sweet. You feel me? Like, I like that he plays these characters that you really hate.
So good at it.
Ooh, what? But it's like if you didn't know Walter, you'll see him in the street and probably like, you're that guy I hate.
Yeah.
But me being a creative is like, man, you that guy I hate. And I hate you so much and I love it. That's a legend right there.
What's the set life like on that?
I would say it's kind of like a fast shot indie. You feel me? Because it's still shot as a TV show, multi-cameras and such.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's an intimate crowd, Danny works with his people. You feel me? Most of the cars that they used on set were from his garage. So it's like, okay, this is like shooting with the homies.
Right.
It's very, very laid back, no pressure, even though we like running. But it's not like a studio that's putting it on, or we're not shooting on a studio lot. We're kind of just shooting in a town that really loves the production in general, because we shot in the same spot they shot Eastbound and Down, so they already love us anyways.
I love that show.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the whole process of acting before you get to set? Is it landing the audition? Is it finding out where you're going to live for the next 6 to 8 months?
I think the finding out that you got the audition, like that you booked the role, that'll always be like the bloom effect. You feel me? It's always that, but it's the beginning of the road. You feel me? Because now that you booked it, the audition is hard, right? Definitely a strenuous process, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. But the excitement comes with meeting the new people that you get to work with, and kind of building a new family to create this young child with that we're going to soon release into the world. And hopefully the world likes our baby.
Do you feel any different once it is released out and you have no control over it?
I don't think I feel different. I think I'm always like Thanos at the end of the movie, just sitting there and looking at what I've created. I feel like after the movie is released, you just get to let it be, man. It's like a child. I've given it all of the tools that it needs to walk, talk, and think for itself. Now I just got to let it do that.
What do you feel when your job is done and now it goes off into the editing process and the post-production and you're just waiting to see how it is?
Yeah.
Do you feel disconnected to that character? Is that chapter closed and you're on to the next?
I wouldn't say disconnected, because there'll always be a part of me that sticks to these characters. I think it's more of like me giving my coworkers the same respect to do their job as well as I did mine. You feel me? So I don't even worry about it really. I'm like, I literally give everybody the same genuine God status when it comes to what they do. Like, hey, look, this is your field of, hey, look, you the big dog here. I'm the little one. So I literally never worry about how films and stuff will turn out. I don't like sleep with that angst or worry or be like, I wonder if they're gonna use this take, or I wonder. Like, I just trust them to be gangsters at what they do.
And they picked that take because it was the best one for whatever reason.
Exactly. Whatever my take was, it probably wasn't right for the movie.
Right.
So please do not put RJ's take in this movie, because if you mess up the movie, what the F? Okay, I'm not that important. Don't use my take just because.
What attracted you to the role on Book of Clarence?
Well, first, the fact that I get to do it with Lakeith. This is like our third movie? Yeah, our third movie. And then me and James, of course, we did The Harder They Fall. So it was like doing the group thing with the boys again. Also, I wanted to shoot a movie in Italy. That was pretty crazy.
So you find out where it is, and then, that's the project.
Yeah, and then I already knew the script and such, so I already knew that the writing and the movie in general was gonna be gangster. Like, this is gonna be really good. And the Elijah character, Elijah being the voice of God in general, was just like a very hard thing for me. I was like, yeah, that's good. I like that. And the fact that I got to play Elijah, and I got to play Elijah as I saw fit, rather than how he's supposed to be by others' opinion, right? It's like, okay, I read the Bible, and I grew up reading it. Not just, I didn't just study it for this role. I swear, y'all. I kind of know. I got you. And so then when we added like the weed element, like Elijah smoking weed, right? It was like everybody was, no, Elijah didn't smoke weed in the Bible. Of course he's not going to smoke weed in the Bible. You're not going to see that there, okay? They're not going to tell you the crazy things, but who knew? He can't be the voice of God in this movie. I'm like, I don't know. Because to hear some of the stuff that God got to say to you, you might need to be a little lifted. I don't know. That's probably how Elijah thought. But that was just a fun thing that James threw in. It was just like, let's just add something. I was like, okay, I'm with it.
The world that it creates is really the tone of the movie.
Yeah.
Is it weird for you to step into something like that after? Because you go from so many different genres and styles of film and sets, and maybe it's guerrilla style to that big budget to, what is it like for you to step into the biblical time?
So I've been like, what? I've done two period pieces. Yeah, two of them. I think it's more of like preparing for the uncomfortable nature of the costumes and or the weather. Yeah.
Was the weather on that film tough?
Was it? It took us a lot to shoot that movie because of the weather, man. Because we shot in one of the highest points in Italy, so the coldness was cold as hell, and the heat was hot as hell. So it's like, well, yikes, on both sides. And but I'm not gonna lie, that was the perfect place to shoot. Like, Matera, Italy is something that I think everyone should go and visit at least once in your lifetime. Just like the Vatican in Rome. Just go visit it one time. It's so nice. It's really nice.
Can we fire through some fan questions?
Oh, yeah.
What was your real reaction when you found out that you were going to be a Power Ranger?
Holy shit. For sure.
Which Power Rangers cast member were you closest with on set?
Dacre.
Just the camaraderie?
Oh, man. Me and Dacre had matching Jettas that we used to drive throughout Vancouver like they were race cars. Great times.
Is that just one of the perks that when you're on a movie set like that, they just give you all these accommodations?
Well, yeah. I mean, accommodations come with most contracts, as they should, right? But on bigger budgets, it's more like they have more room to kind of do and keep you comfortable.
Let you live your life.
Yeah, because on lower budgets, everybody has to be uncomfortable in some way.
Mm-hmm.
On bigger budgets, we can be a little bit more comfortable. I don't feel like it grasps a different work environment. I think the less you have, the more that you gonna want to put work in, and then the more that you have, the more work that you're just able to put in easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you try keeping anything from the Power Ranger set as a souvenir?
Oh, yeah. I just can't say what it is because they might try to come and get it from me.
It's the suit.
No.
You have that extra suit somewhere.
They're always small things. It's like really small things. Like Billy's pen or some shit like that. You know, like I do. Wait, no, I do have. One of the fans bought. Which one is it? Oh, one of the fans bought the coins. I have Billy's coin from the movie.
Oh, they gave it to you?
Yeah.
Very cool.
He was like, "Hey, I bought this and I wanted to make sure that you had it." I was like, "Man, give me a hug, man.
Very
Don't
cool.
come around the table." But I feel like he bought all of them so he could give them to us when he met us.
Mhm.
And that's probably like the coolest thing that I have.
And now he gets mentioned in a podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite scene you've ever filmed?
Favorite scene ever.
Whether it was in the moment you were just enjoying it or you loved the way that it came out.
I feel like it's a tie between two because I watch these scenes over and over again when I'm watching movies. So there's a scene in The Harder They Fall when we're around a campfire and I'm flipping these pistols really fast, right? And that day I had just got a new cut actually from them. So all of these dark marks on my hands are from that movie because the guns. I had to learn how to flip and juggle guns quickly. And so in that scene of the movie, and I remember I asked James, how many you need, brother? Because one of these flips go wrong, it might put me in pain to where I can't even do it no more. But James was talking to me while I was doing that, and I used to try to multitask. So I would try to talk, read lines, and do everything while I'm doing it, right? And he was talking to me, and I flipped my gun in the air, and then I caught it and was like, my baby's hungry. And I just remember that. And James remembers it too. Like if you talk to him, ask him what's the hardest moment, that's what it was. And that's in the movie. Like when I flip the gun in the air in the movie, a lot of people think most of that is green screen and or like edits from our VFX department. That's just RJ.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real. That's me. I definitely put a hole in one of the ceilings that we stayed in, but paid for that, fixed it myself. Totally fine. And the owner of the house, I told him, he was like, did you fix it? I was like, I did. Luckily, my dad taught me these things because we built a house together in Jacksonville. Totally gonna take care of it. And he was cool with it. But that scene, and then on Power Rangers, when Billy gets blown up, that's definitely my funnest one to shoot. Cause I like wire work. I like being thrown through the air, and if I could be, I'd be launched out of a cannon. I've always thought that was one of the coolest things at the circus.
Is that the world's record longest wire jump?
I think that's still held by Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay.
He beat us by far. Yeah, we have nothing we have nothing to bring to the table after that.
Do you have a lot of stunt work training for Power Rangers?
Yeah, we did 3 weeks of training, and then we did another 2 weeks of wire work training. So they had to put our bodies in the right condition to then be, in shape enough to keep up with the stamina that our stunties had. So our stunt doubles trained us like stunties. Yeah, shout out to Aaron Toney.
If Power Rangers ever returned, would you come back to it?
Oh, yeah, quickly. Oh, yeah. Everything has to stop. Everything has to stop. Hey, everybody pause. I'm going to shoot Power Rangers. I'll be back.
There's talks for a TV show reboot, right?
Yeah, for sure. But we always have a new TV show, but a new movie.
That's where you want to step in.
Called Papa JJ. I mean, I would lead one of the shows too, right? But if they brought the Rangers of our movie back to one of the shows or brought one of us back to, it would just have to kind of fit the mold of the universe of the film part rather than, the show suits. I don't look as good in spandex. I got very skinny legs, well, they not very skinny. They just not like toned like JDF's was. Shout out to JDF, RIP, brother.
Who's your dream actor or director to still work with? And you've worked with some incredible people.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Bro.
Bryan Cranston.
Blew my mind. I think right now, I really do want to work with Ryan Coogler. And then I've always wanted to work with Quentin Tarantino and Steven Spielberg. I've always wanted. Quentin Tarantino has been like OG of the RJ filmography. You feel me? I'm like, I like how drastic this man thinks. I love it. So those are like my top threes.
The new Spielberg movie looks pretty good. The Alien
It
one?
does.
I'm excited to see that.
Man, I remember when Ready Player One first came out, right? I had read the script before like the movie was made and such, because I was like, I really want to be in this. Guys, listen, this is a game about movies. This isn't even a movie about games. It's a game about movies. My team was like, we don't know what that means, RJ, but okay. You know. And then when I seen how it turned out, bro, that was the perfect like execution. Because when I read the script, I'm excited, I'm envisioning, and then to watch the movie, it trumped my imagination by 80. And I'm like, yeah, Mr. Spielberg, he don't miss, man. Or like a Michael Bay movie would be pretty good. I recognize things that other films do that Michael Bay does, and I'm like, it's that Bay effect right there. Like even when it comes to shining lights dead into the camera lens, like middle lens, it's a Michael Bay hardness.
What makes a good director and what makes a bad director?
The same qualities that make a good leader and a bad leader. Like if you don't know how to allow for your costumer to be the costumer, and then your grips to be the grips, your second AD to be the second AD, like allow for people to be great at what they do, and you just lead the team. You feel me? Because all directors have a vision. You feel me? But if you can't kind of allow for that vision to grow past what your own, kind of view is, then it's like, all right, well, you could just be stifling a great thing.
Right.
I think that's what makes kind of like a good and bad director.
Do you have a favorite director you've worked with? Or a moment with a director that really turned you around for acting?
Yeah, I was with Alfonso, right? I had emotionally lost myself, right?
Alfonso on which film?
On me and Earl. And he came to me and he put his head on my head and was like, hey man, look, you did a great job. Whatever you're feeling, you should feel it. But I just want you to know you don't have to do anything else. We got exactly what we need. Because he said, I'm up here like in shambles worried about, am I going to have to do this shit again? He didn't say anything other than that. And then the whole set was just quiet and everybody just really went home. It was like me and Thomas gave 280%. And it's almost like the set in general were emotionally drained. And to like recognize that our director could see that, it's like, I swear it was like the Thanos. He's sitting and watching his work right now and being like, yeah, it can just be peaceful. Like that was the only day I've ever heard set like dissipate in silence. Like nobody saying anything. It's like the quietest goodbyes and hugs. It's crazy.
What happens with your guys' friendship after that film? Are you
Oh,
bonded for life?
Oh, yeah. Every time we see each other, it be lit. I remember when Kong came out and I seen that Thomas was in the new Kong. I was like, oh, crap. We're going to see it. Y'all understand? I forget who I was dating at the time. I was like, yeah, we got to go to the movies because my dog Thomas got a movie coming out. This is how it is. And then when Liv dropped Ready Play, I was like, look, we got to go to the theater, man. My dog in the, everything. And then my family also, like, they're just big fans of theirs and like sees them as almost like they babies too. It's like, okay, Thomas, Olivia, y'all okay? Okay.
It's such a good debut first film.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
For Night Patrol,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything you want the audience to pay attention to when they go see it?
All of it was fun filming. I'm trying to not give spoilers to where it's like, but be on the lookout for Freddie. Freddie Gibbs is actually hilarious in this movie, man. Like, really hilarious in this movie. He did his thing. But I have muscles in this movie.
Did you train for it?
I did. I put on muscle for the skinny dudes. I didn't try to get big. I just tried to get cut. And, because I definitely get a lot of trash talk because they say I got a bird chest. And I'm like, but it's an eagle, so I'm okay with a bird that's an eagle. It's a big bird. Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, and also just the complete essence of community. Definitely look for that. Take that home with you. If you don't take nothing else from Night Patrol, take the fact that your neighbor is more of your neighbor than your enemy. You know, they literally are. They live right next door to you. Y'all might have different views. Y'all might think differently, different religious ways or whatnot. Y'all weren't meant to have the same, and that's the beautiful part of being a human. I feel like we miss that a lot, especially nowadays. And that's where a lot of the disconnect comes from. Because if someone doesn't think the way we think, then it's oh, well, no, I can't. It's not even about that. We never see water try to get upset because water isn't grass. Grass is just grass, and they help each other, you know? It's like we can be the same as human beings. I ain't got to be like you. You're supposed to be a different rendition of a human being. It's the beauty of the universe. If we were all the same, we would really suck. We would really suck. If we got outside of our egos, right, and thought like, could I actually just live with me? If I just took another me and put him on the couch and was like, cool, everything that we do is what we do, we would get annoyed. There's parts of us that we don't like. So if we can give ourselves that grace, we got to give it to other people.
I love that. Water's water, grass is grass. They help each other.
Man.
That movie was filmed in LA, right?
Yeah.
Do you like filming a movie here where you can go home?
I do, and then I don't. Because I like to get breaks away from LA in general, right? Because I feel like it's too good, and when you get enough of too much of something can always be bad. And LA is too good to me. So I'll get lazy and comfortable.
Is it tough to lock into a character when you're here at your house where you're being RJ?
Kinda.
Because you have that routine already built where you go on a location, you're there, you're in the world.
Yeah. It is a definitely, and it's different for, excuse me, it's different for studios, right? Because in studios, after you pass the gate, you're kind of in another world. You feel me? Because
you see people in costumes.
Yeah. You're like walking into a Narnia door. You feel me? But when you're home and it's like location shoot, and it's like, oh, well, I went to that bar yesterday, and I'm like, I can't knock out of that because I had a great time. Actually, we're gonna go there after set. It's not like hard, but it's more fun to be in another place to where I can truly like delve into this character, like really be there and be whoever, be Billy Cranston. Billy came out so good because I got to be Andre in Vancouver. So it was like, word, it's way easier to tap back into it really quick, and snap into it. So yeah, I do like traveling for film rather than being in LA. I think also because LA is like the home and I don't like working at home.
Right.
Yeah. I want to chill.
All right, this has been awesome. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, bro, thank you for having me, man.
Guys, go see Night Patrol. It's out now in theaters. Do you have any other projects coming up you can talk about?
Oh, yeah, The Burbs comes out February 8th, I think, with
in
Keke
theaters?
Palmer. And this is on Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah. And that should be a lot of fun to watch. It's like it's based off of the original The Burbs, right? So, that horror suspense type of thing, but does have a lot more of like it's a very colorful episodic season this year. So it'll be great for people. I think they'll really like this one too.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming by.
No, thank you, bro.
See you guys. That was so good.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. Today's conversation is brought to you by FanDuel.